Dario José dos Santos, nicknamed Dario or Dadá Maravilha, is a former Brazilian footballer. He played as a centre-forward, and as of 2006, is the third top scorer in the history of Brazilian football, trailing Pelé and Romário. Career. Born into poverty, Dadá began his career in 1965, playing in the youth squad of Campo Grande, a small and modest club with no great history in Rio. His style and talent caught the eye of a scout working for Atlético Mineiro, a large and very traditional club from the state of Minas Gerais, who signed him in 1968. In 1969 his prestige was so great that then Brazilian President Emílio Garistezu Medici asked coach Mario Zagallo to call Dadá to join the national team going to the 1970 World Cup in Mexico. He was benched for most of the tournament, however. In total he was capped 6 times for Brazil between 1970 and 1973. In 1971, Dadá helped Atlético win its first Campeonato Brasileiro title, scoring the only goal in the final match against Botafogo. He played for Atlético until 1973, when he transferred over to Flamengo. After another brief stint with Atlético, he played for Sport Club de Recife in the 1974-75 season, where he helped the team win the Pernambuco State Championship. In 1976, he was signed by International de Porto Alegre for what was, at the time, one of the biggest transactions in Brazilian football. In contrast to great players in the international roster at the time, such as Figueroa, Falcao, Pablo Cesar and Valdomiro, Dadá was perceived as clumsy and slow, but his great positioning and finishing made him one of the greatest strikers in the history of the club. He was the top scorer of the 1976 Brazilian Championship, scoring 16 goals for International, including the first goal in the final match against Corinthians, which International won 2-0. He signed with Ponte Preta in 1977 but sat out for most of the year while recovering from pneumonia. He returned to Atlético Mineiro for the 1978-1979 season, but wasn't as successful. From 1979 to 1986, he played for several different teams of less prestige like Náutico, Santa Cruz, Bahia and Goiás, finally ending his career at Comercial Esporte Clube, a club from Registro in São Paulo State. Throughout his career, his talent for scoring goals and sympathy with the fans earned him many nicknames, including Dario Pito de Acio, Rei Dadá, and Dadá Beija-Flor, the latter a reference to his great impulse, which made him seemingly stop in mid-air. Dadá's pre-match declarations were much sought after by sport beat reporters, as he had the flair of coining names to goals yet to be scored by himself on any given match. He is also notorious for having coined many catchphrases which are still remembered and used by many Brazilian fans. Team awards: FIFA World Cup 1970 Brazil, Minas Gerais State Championship 1970 Atlético Mineiro, Brazilian Championship 1971 Atlético Mineiro, Pernambuco State Championship 1975 Sport, Rio Grande do Sul State Championship 1976 International, Brazilian Championship 1976 International, Minas Gerais State Championship 1978 Atlético Mineiro, Bahia State Championship 1981 Bahia, Goiás State Championship 1983 Bahia.